Buffered. I was at 18%, so I had to grab my charger. Welcome back, welcome in. Welcome back, welcome in. I hate waiting. Let me try this another time. Hello, we're back. Hey, Angie. Thanks for being the only one that came back. Oh, man, I don't know why I buffered. Welcome back. We are live again. I hope. Angie, can you hear me? You can, okay. Can you share that in Discord? Let them know I went back live. Hey guys, welcome back, welcome in. Welcome to Cooter Creek. I don't know what happened. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I walked down there. I don't know. Come on back in. We can do this for a little while longer. Tootie, hey Cramit, welcome back. Come in, get cozy. Welcome back to the stream. The literal stream. Yay, we're back. Hey, Butter. Butter. Butter is going nuts on X. You stay on Team YouTube's neck, Butter. Butter says, I'm going to keep posting this until until you do something about it. Hey, Whiteboard, welcome back. Yeah, you guys tap the screen 2 times, double tap, doot, and it likes the video. Welcome in, welcome back. That's it, that's all. Hey, Jay, back. I saw JLR last night in downtown Montgomery, Alabama, 14 shot, 2 dead after college game. He was there, or was he just streaming? Seems like JLR's stayed home lately. Go Lions. Hey, Kathy P., good morning. Streaming it, okay. He hasn't really gone on location in a while. Thank you, Angie. Big girl, welcome back, guys. Ramblin' Red Rose, good morning. I was live a minute ago and we buffered. Hey, Potato. Melissa B., welcome back in. Hey, Dreams. I don't remember what we were talking about when I buffered, but I think I was talking about Indian style. I was saying, do you really think that the Indians would be offended if we said we sit Indian style? That's a legit question. Who does that offend? I'm asking a legit question. I might be wrong. It might be totally offensive. Oh, Indian style just took what they saw and turned it into a label without understanding its sacredness. Oh. Huh. That's an interesting take. I just think I don't know. And then didn't they change like a team from the Redskins? Ask a Native American, right? That's who I'd need to ask. And I'd love to. I'd love to ask these questions because I don't know. I'm ignorant to it. If it offends them, fine. You know what I mean? You also don't call them Indians. I married into a Native family. How come? I mean, why can't we call them Indians? I'm not trying to be insensitive, but sitting cross-legged is sacred? I mean, it just kind of seems like that's how they sat. I mean, I'm just thinking common sense-wise. Yeah, the Redskins. Now, redskin might be a derogatory term, right? I don't know. That doesn't sound too good. I don't think I'd want to be called redskin. Hey, Amy, we're back. I don't know what happened, but we're here. We're talking about Indians and, Native Americans. I'm not trying to be offensive, but I'm just saying I'd like to know from a Native American if they're offended if we say, sit Indian style. Everything offends people. We never called it sitting cross-legged. We never called sitting cross-legged that. I never heard it until YouTube. Really, Potato? Indigenous. Depends on who you're talked to. There are people that want to be offended in every demographic. You in a wild state. Huh. What a terrible way to live, worrying if you will offend someone. Right, John, I kind of feel the same way. Like, I would be more offended that they changed it to crisscross applesauce. Get the hell out of here. Of the 39 tribes in the state, most are offended by a damn thing, says Space Ace. You sit cross-legged. I'd only be offended if BJ called me a friend, Cynthia. Yeah, erasing it. That's what I feel like, whiteboard. I think it brings awareness. Erasing does nothing. All that change in school from being able to say Indians to Native American made it hard. We used to tell kids to sit in a circle Indian style. Thanksgiving, little ones dressed as Indians or pilgrims. Right. I always say, right, Potato, but I always say Indian style. That's what I was taught. The tribes in Ohio actually want them to change the name back to the Cleveland Indians. It was white liberals and maybe one tribe who complained, says John. We were always proud of our Indian ancestry. So why is it offensive to say Indian? I don't understand that. Why is calling them Indians offensive? I'm not trying to be ignorant here, but I'm curious. That's all I've ever said. I don't find it offensive. Why is it called Indian style? Because that's how they sit. They would sit with their legs crossed like that. They're not from India, so they're native to America. I guess that could be why. Right, but there's India, right? Indian. But there's also American Indians. I don't know. Yeah, just close your legs, says Shell. Indigenous. I've never used that word. Postcards, I don't even know if I'm saying it right. As stupid as that sounds, we're getting an educational. This is the Learning Channel, after all. I mean, the Indians were here before anybody else. I respect them. I respect their sacred ground. I respect all of that. American Indian will remain a legal term. I'm not trying to offend anyone, but that's what I was taught, that they were American Indians. I don't know. I never knew they were I'm not talking about them being from India. I know the difference between an Indian and someone from India. Am I, Dreams? It's a beautiful area of the country. I mean, it's honestly a discussion that I'm... YB, I went down there and I started to buffer. Wait, hold on. I would find Native American more offensive since we stole the land to make America... Yes! Yes! I would be too. I'd be offended that they took Indian style sitting and made it crisscross motherfucking applesauce to all the little kids in America. I mean, there's no doubt that we took their land. We owe them forever for what we did to them. Because it wasn't a trail of tears, it was a trail of bloodshed and death and horrific experiences. That's what it was. Trail of tears, my ass. Horrible. We didn't steal it, we conquered it. We stole it. We stole it. When you force someone off their property, you're stealing it. Let's just be for real. Let's just say it how it is. We came onto their land and we forced them off their land. Hey, James Lifeguard and male dancer. Thank you for subscribing. It's a new time. No, we're not hating at all. I live where you're at. I could do something forever. You're by me, Kathy? Christopher Columbus mistakenly thought he reached the West Indies and called them Indians. They were never Indians. They were and are indigenous. Oh, that's where Indians came from? The past isn't nice. No, it's not. I do believe in that, Kelly. Seriously. And I would call it stealing when they, well, in this area, you could stay there forever. Me too, Kathy. Me too. I just would love to hear the truth about what happened, you know, not a sugar-coated version from the U.S. government in a book. I don't like it. We definitely did not conquer anything. We stole it. We burned houses down. We burned their fucking houses down. How is that ever okay? Yeah, we do. We just blame England. New England, after all. The New England states. I also read that in the cave that I was showing you guys over there at the spring, back in the early 1900s, they found skulls in there and shit. People skulls. It goes all the way back to making lefties righties. I don't know. Indian talk. So I had no idea that he thought that he had encountered Indian people. They did, Krama. It's horrible. Gave bounties for their scalps when they cried from that were called banshees, mocked for being in pain. It's horrible. It was torture. You know, we all are appalled. This is another thing I was thinking about, and I'm going to say it. We're all appalled by Hitler and the concentration camps. What they did to the Native Americans was just like that, for the most part. And that happened here. How come we don't talk about that? How come we're not appalled at that? Oh my God, Private Eyes, that's horrible. I mean, there's no harm in learning the honest to God's truth about what happened. And quite frankly, as far as the American, or I'm trying to change my verbiage, the Native Americans are concerned, we were only taught we only know what we were taught. You know what I'm saying? We were indoctrined to certain beliefs, and it's not our fault. You know, when you're an American kid and you go to a kindergarten class in 1977 and the teacher says sit Indian style, you sit motherfucking Indian style, and that's how you remember it. No one's saying it to be offensive. No one is saying it to be offensive, in my opinion. It's just what we were taught. Right, it was not peaceful. Right, right, right. And I'm not saying it was, but there's just a lot of that I'm learning. So, right, remember celebrating Thanksgiving before Thanksgiving break and you learned about the Pilgrims and the Indians? And then you made those little hats with construction paper and put feathers in them. And you were like, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. We did that. And I didn't know that was offensive. That's what I was taught to do. I didn't do it to be mean. I don't say, sit Indian style to be mean. Apparently it is. I would love to meet people like that and learn from them. It is what we were taught. I don't know. I definitely don't want to offend anyone, but I'm just curious if, the people that actually matter are the ones offended or if it's the white people. Because it seems to me the white people are the ones spreading these messages that things are offensive. I don't know. And you know what else is weird is you don't see a lot of, like, American Indians around here, which is odd to me, being that it's such a sacred ground. No, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't even feel right having a having a public event place on that sacred ground. That seems to me like an oxymoron. Like, I think that would piss me off more than anything. White people smoking, putting out cigarettes on the sacred ground. The fuck? Mm-mm. That's more offensive than anything. I saw, like, people just throw shit on the ground, like little wrappers and shit. No. Mm-mm. That ain't respect. It's just a way to keep us divided. I agree with that, whiteboard. Tobacco is holy. Yeah, but littering isn't. It's just weird. It's weird to see people running around on that ground and acting like it's just a big park, which it is now, but dreams, that's horrible. Native Americans were removed from their land. Yeah, I know. They were killed. The ones that didn't make it they died. A lot of people died. Oh, Lord, Cynthia. An alien invasion? That was another thing I wanted to talk about. I just saw a video about these two guys that say they were abducted by aliens. Wow, adopted. Wow, Herc. Right. Hmm. Indians better fighters, less equipment. Yeah. It's just crazy. History's cool, but I want to know the truth. That's all. Right, true crime. I don't even think many of the people, like the younger people that live here, even know the history of this place, to be honest. And you know what I think it would be neat for schools to do? Hey, Chris, it is very peaceful. Thanks for joining today. You know what I think would be really cool is if schools actually focused on history of the area they're teaching in. Because I think there's so much history here, and like Georgia Dog doesn't even know it all. Because you'd have to literally look it up yourself. Hey, Sage. Like, why not curtail local history into schools, you know? And right, Penny, and take them to places like Cave Spring. Teach them to respect the land. Teach them what happened on this land. It's bullshit. Because I'm sure in my hometown of Romeo, Michigan, there's a shit ton of history. I mean, the Underground Railroad ended at Romeo, Michigan. And I'm sure there's tons of history from that. They had to speak their native language in private. Ugh. I mean, what a great field trip. You know, take these kids out to these places where these things happened and tell them. I would have loved to learn that way. I love learning, like seeing things hands on. That's just, it's more enthralling, you know? That happened in Alaska as well to Alaska natives from the Russians. Interesting. We have 216 watching, and we only have 87 likes. Could you guys double tap your screens? Jay, I was told those tiny homes in Romeo were built for the freed slaves. Really? The school would take us on a trip locally to learn about local history. Yeah, everything's learned from a computer. I don't know. I would think that those field trips would have been amazing, you know? And then at least kids would grow up to respect the land and know what happened in their local area. You know what I mean? Tabasco is an offering to the gods. Tobacco, you mean? People leave cigs, break down, butts don't. It sounds crazy, but you see it on all sacred spots. Thank you, Flo, for your super chat. Tabasco? Tobacco. Now I feel inclined to take you guys over to the springs today and show you that sacred land and see how you guys feel about it. Like, I'd love to just go there and sit and just take in the vibe. Like, there is a whole vibe there. I know a lot of people don't feel it, but I felt it. I definitely felt it. A lot of people died on that land I was on yesterday. Right, postcards? I'm all about vibes and energy. Me too. Sometimes you just got to be quiet and just take in where you are. Hey, new fellow cooters. Read if you are a good boy. Quit spamming my chat, weirdo. I've been quiet my whole life. I love it. Wow. That's awesome, CK. Listen to the history. Yep. Question. The homes that have the small statue of the man with a lantern, was that an Underground Railroad safe house? Have fun, Evelyn. I don't know. No, I am not Native American. Mm-mm. I'm of German and English descent. But I'm very interested in the history. I've always been drawn to that history. The telepathy tapes, no, I have not. Thank you, Newt. I just woke up a little while ago. I'm a little rough. John are just trying to start shit. I don't think John is. I like history too. It's interesting, especially being in a new place. I think as far as those statues go, those are like racist. Right? You're talking about the black guy with that lantern in his hand? I don't think it's cool to have those anymore. But I don't know what they stood for, to be honest. But I know nowadays, like, people, I don't think many people really, like, have those. But there's white ones, too, right? There's white guys with lanterns. I don't know what the fuck they stand for. It looks racist to me. I don't know. It was Stable Boy welcoming homeowners. Amy C., hello. Said hi. You're a good storyteller because you're curious about history. I'm very curious. And I don't know a lot, so I admit that I don't know a lot about that history, but I'm willing to learn, and I want to learn. Hold on, Summer wants to come back out. You want to come back out, baby? Hold on. God, they're all tangled. Absolutely. There's always room to learn, right? This way. Go this way. Hold on a second. I want to make sure she doesn't knock over my phone. Okay. Hi, Summer. Hey, Loki. A safe house? A little black boy fishing statue? What? Well, actually, they were used to greet people, but really they were helping guide the way to freedom. Huh. Was it a secret code? I don't know. They are good girls. The lawn jockey. Okay, here we go. We've got someone who Googled it. Some continue to view it as a racist symbol, while others, often citing the unproven Underground Railroad myth, view it as a more positive symbol of perseverance. So in other words, it's not proven. So in other words, the white man told us that it was a sign of perseverance when it was probably a racist as fuck thing. That's my take on it. I don't think that's true. Guide the way to freedom? I don't know, maybe it did, but it says it's a myth. Summer, do you like showing everybody your buttocks? You should do a travel vlog and go learn about history of places, including here, as you're from here. Right? I should, Potato. Actually, my mom did an extensive family tree. I could probably pull that up and find the different places in England I'm from. Every day with Jay around the world. A gal in my New York neighborhood had a house on the railroad. It had odd hatches and closets and lots of attic entries and hidden stairs. Right. In Germany, as you grew up there. I haven't done my DNA, but my mom and dad did. I'm in Georgia, Adam. I don't know where they're from. A myth, so the racists were displaying racist lawn ornaments but lied about them being racist? That doesn't make sense to me. I question everything in butter. Actually, I grew up in a house that was built in 1895 in Romeo, Michigan. And we had like, our basement was dirt and like rock floor. And then in one of the little sections, there was like a, I don't know what I call it, like a cubby or something. But it was apparently for an escape for the slaves. Yep, I'm in the Peach State. Georgia on my mind. I'm not from here, though, Adam. I'm just visiting. History is kind of convoluted, huh? Depending on who you talk to. But it makes interesting conversations. I would love to go to England. The castles. Oh, Germany and the castles. Oh, yeah, I'll pull up. I'll have to log into my mom's ancestry and see where I'm from in England, in Germany. It is nice. Who's Catherine Howard? Where are you at, Sam Brown? Mine came back Irish, Scottish, Congo, and Native American. Cool. I am from Michigan, but I live in Florida, Petty. I've lived in Florida since 2019. Germany and the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang Castle? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. There's cool castles in New York? Really? I don't know anything about Henry V111. The British are coming. The British are coming. Closer to PA. Tap, tap. Thank you, Ava. Hold on. Let me read this. They like to be called Native. Sorry I'm behind, but I work in a heavy Native American community. Well, maybe you can get me an interview with someone in that community. I would love to ask questions without someone getting offended. Hey, Feisty. Good Sunday morning to you. This town has a lot of historical homes. They're beautiful. I would love to talk to a Native American. Hey, hey, don't start. Wait. Jay, reach out to Burnt Toast. She's Native. Is she really? Henry VIII. One of his wives was beheaded. Why? Why'd they cut her head off? Why are you barking at them? Leave them alone. Hey, I didn't... Oh, okay. I would love to ask her questions. Because I don't think she would get all worked up. Hey, hey, get over here. Bella, that's enough. Summer, come here. Don't bark at them, people. Come here. Come. Come. Over here. They were cheating? Well, he must have been an asshole. Sit down. Can you imagine? The king was probably a dick. He wanted to marry a younger, sexier woman. Of course he did. She was young. Of course she was. Of course she was. How young? Do I even want to know? She couldn't produce a son, an heir, and not did other wives. Took 7 wives to get a son. Off with her head. Yeah, what a prick. That's awesome, 2 old crows. The Florida Indian history is amazing to me, too. Ava, I don't either. I think it's whitewashed. Literally whitewashed. Can you pet my dog? Sure. She's a good girl. 7 wives. Did he kill all the other ones? Hey, April. The last wife survived him. Summer, you're such a good girl. Summer, are you a good girl? Catherine Howard was only 17 when she married him at 49. He beheaded her too. Ew. 17 and 49? What kind of info are you looking for, Indian-wise? I just want to ask them about, you know, terms. Like, nowadays, how do they feel about certain things now? Like, knowing what they know, knowing what their ancestors went through. Are they truly offended by the things that we're told they're offended by? I want to hear from them. I don't want to hear from some white guy in a suit on Capitol Hill telling me what offends the Native Americans. That's what I want to know. Aw, April. Divorced, beheaded, died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. I have a chiefess. Wow. Am I kidding about what, LuTube? He's not, my husband is Indian. He's not offended by much of anything. I'm on a quest for the truth. Yeah. You'll talk to one, they'll be offended. You'll talk to another, and they don't give a shit. Probably. But it's still interesting to have the conversations, right? Good morning, LuTube. Oh, no, Flo. How'd you do that? Hey, Mama Angie. Jane died and was the mother to his son. So he wanted a son, and he kept trying. I'm just on a quest for the truth. I'm on the quest. I would love to interview more than one to get different opinions and viewpoints. I would be honored to speak to somebody who would talk to me about that. At least TVs aren't as expensive as they used to be, Flo. TVs are relatively cheap nowadays. Come here, Sums. Oh, Mama Angie had a good night's sleep. Nice. Georgia Dog is still sleeping. I have an old friend in high school that's wait, hold on. That's over the Cherokee Trail of Tears history. I'll reach out to her and see if she'd be interested. Would love that. I would love that, Potato. The wedding was amazing, Angie. Put it on the Best Buy card. Just go to Best Buy. It's all, just charge it, Best Buy. Hey, Amy. Good morning, Squirrel Girl. Hey, where's our Pearl Girl been? Remember Pearl Girl? She used to call in all the time when I did call-in shows. Thank you, April. Tap the doggy's head to like the video. That's really cool, Cynthia. He goes everywhere and interviews them. I miss the call-in shows. I know, we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming when all this travel is done. And you'd see the Beef Eaters. I think you'd be tickled. What are the Beef Eaters? I only know that as a restaurant called Beef Eaters. If you do go over to the UK, make sure you visit other places than London. Olive Juice is fine. I heard she was in another chat recently, so she's fine. He works hard. He goes to the Indian clinic when he can. Even if offended him, he wouldn't say it. I'll send you a pic of a beef eater. Nope, she's not Pearl Strand. Good morning, Deborah. They live in the Tower of London. I want to go see Stonehenge. Do you know that Potato lives near Stonehenge? Do you know that Potato's brother worked at Stonehenge? Now that's pretty fucking cool. Didn't you say he worked there? I swear you did. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Someone got hidden by mistake. Thank you, Potato. No, I haven't seen Pearl Girl. That's okay. She got out of her car and accidentally did that. It's okay. You reversed it. Didn't you say, though, that your brother worked at Stonehenge? And it was scary at night? London, Ontario. Brit P says, I didn't do it this time. Peter Santinello. Did you answer me about your brother? I thought you said he worked there and it was fucking scary at night. Okay, yes. I don't live near Stonehenge now, but used to. And yes, my brother worked security there. He said it's 100% haunted. I haven't seen Captain Ganja in a while. Does anyone know about him? I think Kenna does. I think he was going through some stuff. I hope he's doing all right. I've never been to Stonehenge. I live here. I should be ashamed. He said he would... Oh, no. He lost his what? His home. His home? What? He said he would have to walk the grounds at night and felt like he was being followed. Ooh. Oh, he lost his mom. I hope he's doing okay. Good morning, Christina. I'd love to live in the UK. All the history would take a lifetime to explore, for sure. You've never been there? Dunaway Gardens. Fiddle Dee Dee. Oh, he was his mom's caregiver? I didn't know that. I wish he'd come back around. I like Captain Ganja. Howdy. Oh. Howdy, green-eyed P.I. Here's one. Here's one Cherokee. Never lived in teepees. I'll email him today. You have his email, Flo? Please check on him. Let him know that we all miss him. And we want him back. Captain Ganja, if you hear this, we all love you and miss you. Don't we, Summer? I hate hearing one of our people going through a hard time. Georgia had Guildstones until they were bombed in 2022. What's that? I don't know what that is. Guildstones? Yeah, she loves it here. Great Oaks Mansion, which as kids was sacred, but it will be only plantation left out of 12. So, guide stones. Guildstones. Yes, Kenna. Reach out to me if you can. She really loves it here. Don't you, Sums? Summer. Summer. She won't look at me. I forgot what I was going to say. Yes, I have pictures. I'll post some. I'll post them in my community. If you and Granny come to Oklahoma, there is so much Native American history you would enjoy it. I bet there is. That's where, yeah. Hey, Emily Pike. Jay, do you get your pups groomed? Oh my God, my dog sheds so much. Yes, and she sheds a ton. Never ending. Seminole Nation. Seminole Indians. Well, are Florida State still the Seminoles? How come they didn't change that? And J. Robin, thank you. Cherish your sparkle. I'm Cherokee. Welcome in. I was on your sacred ground yesterday, and I'm completely enamored by it. She heard something, yeah. Come here, Summer. Have you heard of the bushwhacker back in the time of Civil War white and Native American people dealt with? No. Hey, Tennessee Terry, it was great. I'd love to learn more Native American history. Me too. Wow, Christina Rain. I was born in Oklahoma on the reservation, and they took me to a clinic 2 days later, Cherokee Nation Reservation. Hey, Troy. So the Florida State are still the Seminoles, right? Hey, Bio. Hey, Wandering Sub. Good morning. Good morning. A lot of Georgia people here, huh? Oh, another story I wanted to tell you. So on I-75, when we were driving here, there's like this big, that looks like a plant. Look at the leaf landed on her. She's like, get that off me. There's a big plantation house, and they've made it, I don't know if it's the original plantation house, but the property it's on was a plantation, and now it's a gift shop. It's just kind of weird. Cherish your sparkle. I have a genuine question. I'd like to clarify to make sure I'm not being disrespectful. Do you find being called an Indian offensive? What's your preferred term, if so? Good question. Okay, late girl, thank you. Why are the Florida State still the Seminoles, but we had to get rid of the Redskins and the Cleveland Indians? Answer me that. Cherish says Chronic Chronicles. No, I don't. Some do. I don't. So I guess Butter's right. It's just like anything else. You're going to get opinions from different people on this. So, Christina, question. Do you find it offensive that a team is called the Cleveland Indians? I mean, the Indians went to Cleveland. They made a team after them. Is that offensive to you? Is it offensive to you that they had the Washington Redskins? Because that doesn't sound good to me. Xena with smudges. I'm First Nations. I wish I knew what all that meant. I'm so ignorant to the history of that. I feel stupid. I feel stupid living in America not knowing the history of this. For real. I prefer indigenous. Am I saying that right? None of that offended me. It is what it is. What about sitting Indian style? Like, my question, I guess, is did the Native Americans complain and want that changed? Or did the white person do it to say, oh, we're being respectful? Because that's kind of how I see it. Hubba hubba. Postcards. I agree with that, Pistol Amy. We weren't taught the true history, so we need to know the true history. We were fed a bunch of lies, yep. My understanding is the Indian nation wanted the team names to remain. It is when people say we need to have a powwow. Indigenous, okay. Yeah, I mean, hey, we'll sit down and have a little powwow. Absolutely, you can tag me. She hates I have that vacuum thing and she hates it. I think it was more the white people. First Nations are Canadian Indian and have a higher cheekbone. Cherish your sparkle. I'm in Cave Springs, Georgia. My high school, we were the Indians, and they made us change our name in the 99s. Hey, speculating. So I guess it depends what tribe you talk to, what person you talk to. It's a lot. And it's, I don't want to offend anybody, but I'm absolutely fascinated and I want to know the truth. I want to know their feelings. I don't want to know how the government feels. I don't give a fuck about. I hate when people say, let's have a powwow. It's because powwows are so spiritual and cherished dances for the gods. I understand that. Because you're not really having a powwow, right? Hey, Mike S. Good to see you. Always groovy. Good to see you. It was great. I'd love to go to a real powwow. Being half Lakota, I can tell you for my people, we don't like people wearing our regalia, I hope I said that right, that have not earned it. The misuse of sacred terms, profiting from the commercialization of our culture. Now that I can get down with. I can understand that. I know, my dog's a sweetheart. But like when we were in kindergarten and we made like headbands out of construction paper and put feathers in them, I feel like at least we learned something. I mean, now they don't even do that. What do they teach in kindergarten and first grade now about Indians? Can anybody, like, can a white person just go to a powwow? I would feel funny doing that. What do you do? Just sit and observe? You're Navajo. That's awesome. Here in Seminole Nation, they just call us natives. Herc says no, but some say if they're open to the public. That's nice that they welcome you there. I would love to experience that. Everybody is so sensitive now instead of learning and asking questions. Oh, the peace pipe. Yes, I would love to experience that. You love to teach white people. I love that. It's like any other cultural fair. We even dance at them. I love that. I need to find something that I can attend, that I can learn more. We have a module on Native Americans and have Native American speakers. Awesome. Are you a teacher, Mike? That's really cool. Thank you for sharing all of the information and things about yourselves. I really appreciate that. That's cool, Mike. What state do you teach in, Mike? Like, what state are you in? It's a very beautiful experience. I bet it is. I've been over to 10, and I'm going to next week. Super cool. In New Jersey. Cool. That's awesome, Mike. My grands are still doing the first Thanksgiving with the dress up. Pilgrim and Indians in pre-K and kindergarten. Okay. 6'6". Wow. Sounds like a cool guy, postcards. Dreams, thank you for sharing. I mean, it's fascinating to hear about. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And thank you for listening to my seemingly ignorant questions. I really appreciate that. Tanya T. Did you unblock me so I can renew my membership? You're not blocked. I see you. Oh, Candy B, that would be awesome. Just shoot me an email. I'd love to have an open discussion. It's all about learning, man. I can find you something to go around in your... Oh, that'd be great, Christina. Tanya T, 4 months. I really was. Hurt my feelings. I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were blocked, Tanya T. Thank you for your support. But I see you. Good morning, Sarah. Our native funerals are spiritually incredibly moving, I bet. What are weddings like? What are native weddings like? I learned more this morning than I ever learned in school about them. Me too. Me too. These are interesting, important discussions. But anyway, oh, look at, there's a yellow butterfly. I think I'm going to take you guys over to the springs today, to the cave, and just kind of get you guys a feel for the area. I mean, obviously, this area we're on right now was home to the Cherokees here. We got married at the courthouse. Thank you, Feisty. Absolutely. I love that. See, Simona. I love these chats. It helps us all get on the same page, repeating each culture and getting the media and government out of our interactions. Asking questions and wanting to know more about a race and their traditions isn't nothing to be ashamed of or ignorant. It shows that you want to grow. Thank you. I love it. Oh, and they have the dinosaur footprints in Oklahoma. Oh, yeah, I might be going to Oklahoma because I told Granny, if she has to go face Tony Mathis, I'm there. She ain't going to face Tony Mathis alone. Cherish your sparkle. Back in the day, we couldn't use the front doors to stores. Oh, my God, that angers me. Do you know who Lou Diamond Phillips is? I do. I do. That's why I said to Clue, don't buy anything. Regalia is and will be gifted to her. I do appreciate all the conversations. We could learn from each other. Conversation is important to learn from each other. Thank you. It is. Right, 1202 Peen. Fuck him. Fuck him. I could not imagine having to walk in to a courthouse with that asshole. Jackson County. Oh, wow. Amazon sticks are offensive. Yeah, I can see that. Feisty, that's really cool. Powwows are beautiful. I take the Grands to our local event every year. I wonder if they have an event here for the Cherokees. All I know is next weekend on that site we were at yesterday is the fucking Pickle Festival. Hey, Frag. Imagine having a pickle festival on that sacred ground. Tahlequah, Oklahoma. But imagine a pickle festival. And then we pulled up yesterday. There was a bunch of rednecks having a fucking family reunion. Get this, because it's like a park and they have all these pavilions. There was these, and I call them rednecks, I'm gonna, because they were. They were loud, obnoxious, and drunk. And they were having a family reunion, and all their shirts said, hanging with my kinfolk. They all had t-shirts on that said, hanging with my kinfolk. And they were loud and obnoxious. And then one of the bridesmaids pulled in because they were all in our parking spots for the wedding. And she said, you know, we've got a wedding that's going to be starting at, you know, such and such amount of time. And if you guys could, you know, move your cars and make room, that would be great. And then some drunk guy got in her face and said, what the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? So her dad came up, they called the police, and the manager of the venue had to tell them that they had to leave by 3, and it was a whole thing. Okay, Candy, thanks. Yeah, he got in her face. What the fuck you gonna do about it, bitch? Here's a freaking 25-year-old girl showing up to be a bridesmaid at a wedding, right? And she's got hanging with my kinfolks. Yeah, so she called her daddy. And you know how daddies are in the South, right? She called her literal daddy. And he came up there. And the police came there. And yeah, what a nightmare. Yeah, Eric, we've been talking about the Trail of Tears, which is really not tears. It's really a trail of bloodshed and death, is what they should call it, but they sugarcoat it. Hanging with my kinfolk, doing karaoke, drinking all day, being assholes. Oh, boy. There's always a fuck nut in each bunch. Hey, MFQB, welcome in. Yeah, I hate belligerent drunks, too. Hey, ghetto superstar. Hanging with my kinfolk. Right, Summer? Summer, you hanging with your kinfolk? Howdy, Lindsay Hendrick. Howdy, Mullins girl. Oh, we're just chilling. Hey, Mally Merck. Oh, the wind blew. Here come the leaves. Look at her. She's like, what are these leaves falling? I'm from Florida. What's going on? Whoa. What was that? What was that? Oh, the natives actually named it the Trail of Tears. Okay, my bad. I take that back. But it kind of sugarcoats what really happened. Yeah, have it out in the country. Aw, I was only 14 when my grandmother passed away, but I remember all the things she taught from her Cherokee. I loved talking, having conversations to learn more. Me too. Summer, do you love it here? What's hot, Sam? You like my dog? You like her ass? I'm just kidding. No, there's no storms, just a little bit of wind. Did your husband cry at the wedding? It's his daughter, his only daughter, and yes, he did. Summer Lou. My grandmother was full-blood Cherokee. Brutally honest, that's awesome. The wedding went great, Lindsay. Hey, straight talker. In 1972 in the South, segregation, it was terrible. Yeah. The first look with Daddy was great. It was amazing. DJ was good. Everything was good. It really was. You already had the wedding. I thought it was today. No, it was last night. Glad you found Summer when she ran off. Yeah, she was just sniffing. Her nose leads her wherever. There are 2 Cherokee chiefs buried there, and they honor them every year at the powwow. I was really, like... Have you ever been to Maggie? Nope, I've never been to North Carolina. They did do a father-daughter. I loved her first. I'll hail the first. That's what it was. I don't know the words. Typical father-daughter song, right? The first look was amazing, though. It was in the old schoolhouse in one of the big rooms in front of these amazingly big windows. I'll post pictures. I'll put them in my community so you guys can see them. You guys like my country singing? That's all I hear when I hear country music. I know Georgia Dog was proud and a bit sad. Yeah. Mixed emotions, right? But all good. Hey. It's beautiful there, and if you are sensitive to energy, empathy, you can feel the energy so strongly there. I sure can. That's exactly, you just put it into words. Hey, Scotamoosh, good morning. I'd rather hear you sing than BJ. Oh, thanks. But anyways, I think I'm going to end this and go get ready so I can take you guys to the springs this afternoon, over to the cave, to the Cherokee Sacred Ground, show you guys the Cherokee cabin, possibly, even if it's just the outside, because I don't know if it's going to be open on Sunday. Aw, she's half golden retriever and half husky. Good morning, Stephanie. It was wonderful. Oh my God, PRX, you said it once. Stop spamming her. How do you even know she has Instagram? If I'm not busy, I'll tune in. Yeah, you can always replay too. She said, I don't have Instagram, just a YouTube. Yeah, absolutely. I will share with you guys whenever I get my way over there. But thank you for the conversation this morning. Leave something for Mother Nature while you're there. It can be anything from a flower, from anywhere you pick, or a rock. They actually said to... Yeah, we need a recap from Georgia Dog, for sure. PRX, that's weird. Stop. It says all around there that you cannot pick the flowers on that ground either. So I will have to get one from somewhere else and leave something there. Thank you. I might get a rock from the stream and leave it there. I feel a certain type of way when I'm over there, so let's experience together. I'm going to go get ready. And Jay, when you get a chance, I do not know why Tony is taking Jess to court. Isn't that weird, Angie? I saw you say that. Hey, don't call me a fucking dumbass. This is my channel. Get the fuck out of here. Call me a fucking dumbass. Get the hell out of here. We're having a good conversation, and we don't appreciate your fucking sassiness and stalking of true crime and other stuff, weirdo. Why'd they pick you out, true crime? Jeez. Bye, Felicia. I beat you to it. Right. Right, who comes into someone's chat and calls them a dumbass? Like, F you, man. Thank you, Jay. I can't believe I said that to you. It's something I never have done on this app. I usually never talk spiritually here. Well, I appreciate that. True Crime says, I don't know what the hell's going on. We'll get Summer on him. Oh, it must be your avatar. Hot stuff. You guys have an amazing day. Hopefully you guys will tune into me later when I go over to the cave. And we'll talk some more history. And we'll feel some vibes and see what we think. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to go get ready. Love you guys. Stay safe and all that good stuff. I will see you guys in a little bit. Say bye, Summer. Bye, guys.